Anyways, this is Vivid Chaos podcast. I think we are saying that this is like our 5th-ish episode. And boy, is it going to be a good one. The topic today. I'll say topics because I feel like they all kind of go together. So dating, like do's, don'ts, rules, viewpoints from male, female. And if you guys don't know, like the backstory between me and Joseph, we're both entrepreneurs. We're both single parents. We are both dating. I don't know if I would say like actively, yeah, I don't know, whatever. But we're both like in the same kind of places in our life. So we also started a color line together. And yeah, we just worked.
Did you hit record?
Oh my God, just stop.
I didn't either.
Oh, no, mine is recording. Mine's recording.
Oh, mine wasn't.
Okay. Well, I was doing most of the talking anyway, I feel like, for that part. So anyways, this is, I don't know, we just feel like we have like a lot of shit that we talk about. Like, I think for me.
It's fun.
Well, it's fun, but it's also, it comes naturally because I genuinely.
It's something that you thought about doing for a while, and then we started doing it, and it's just actually, we were having a conversation, and it's interesting. Our different perspectives on things.
I learn a lot. Like from a male viewpoint.
It's amazing how much I'm right.
Okay. Yeah, that's false.
I mean, it's a...
I mean, I won't say that you're wrong. I think there's a lot of things that you've said that I 100% agree with.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we both bring to each other's attention. It's like different. It's not like two girls or two guys like hating on women or hating on men. It's just
and I honestly think it makes us better as, like, I know it's made me realize some things that like maybe I probably shouldn't have been putting up with or doing or saying, like being more self-aware of the way that I'm acting. But I also feel like for me, it's because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that I'm a flirt. I love meeting new people. I want to know everybody's backstory. Like, it's just, that's what it is. That's why I loved bartending. I love doing hair. Like, I just love communicating with people. And I feel like sometimes, mainly with men, they mistake that as like me being like romantically interested in them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, I get myself in trouble because I have guys that I genuinely enjoy talking to them and everything like that, but when they express their feelings or express, wanting to date me or something like that, and I politely, I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry, like, I'm not really interested in dating. Then all of a sudden I'm a bitch. Or I'm stuck up. Or my favorite is, it wasn't a date. And I'm like, so you asked me to dinner.
Oh, wait, so did you actually go on the date?
No.
Okay, so there was never no going out with the person and then they thinking dating. It was just like talking and they thought, okay, yeah. And then they get their feelings hurt. So they like.
Yeah. And it's like, honestly, I've been honest with every single one of them. Like
So then they take it out on you like.
Well, I'll say,
negative.
I'll be vulnerable because that's like something that I'm trying to do. And I'll say like, you know what, I really am flattered and I appreciate it a lot, but I'm just not currently in the mental headspace to be dating right now. Like I can't give myself to someone right now. Mentally, I can't. Emotionally, I can't. I don't have the capacity for it. But I appreciate it, You
don't try to friend zone it like before that? Or can you sense it coming?
This will be like right off bat sometimes.
Oh, well, that's a little intrusive.
Yeah, it'll be like right off bat sometimes. And so I'll be like, you know what, I appreciate it, blah, blah, whatever. And then I'll get met with, well, who even said that I was trying to date you? And I'm like, well, if you asked me to dinner, I mean, I thought maybe you was just, sure. You want to go to dinner just as friends? I'm so about it. Like, and then I'll explain that. If they're adamant on going to dinner, I'm like, cool. Just go into this with zero expectations because I've already told you where I'm at. But for some reason, they think they can change my mind.
Sometimes, I guess, there's a shot. Well, I guess going is more of a chance than not going.
Yeah.
You never know.
Shoot your shot. Always shoot your shot.
You can't rule it out because you never know. You would. Like, if you do take that step and go, you might.
Look, I'll tell you this.
But
I'll tell you this. You can laugh the pants right off me. So if you can slide in something witty, clever, or like a funny joke or something that's like, it has to be genuinely funny.
See, take notes right now.
Yeah.
You're trying to interrupt.
It has to be genuinely funny though. Like I have to find it funny. And like, I think I'm funny as fuck. So like,
I think you're funny.
yeah, exactly. So I am a little bit more like, okay, let me see what you got. But there has literally been guys who have slid in my DMs with like some of the most amazing, witty, funny shit I have ever heard. And they are, physically wise, probably not my type. You know what I mean? Like, as far as like my dream guy goes. They might be like a solid like 3 or 4 physically. I'm gonna go on that date. I even kind of like you now because your personality, your sense of humor, like that made you to me a 9, you know?
Yeah, because there's always something past physical. Physical attraction helps.
I feel like physical attraction is what you first see.
That gets you in the door a lot of times, but it's, you know, it can get you right out quick too.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
5 words.
No, absolutely.
Some girl told me like, yeah, I mean what? And I'm like, well.
Yeah, dude, no, there's been some where I'm just like, this is gonna be I'm gonna have to come up with something to get out of this because this ain't happening right now. I think my biggest thing with dating is, God, like, okay, we'll go through this first. Dating and like how it should be done because this is how I feel.
Wait, how it should be done? Like,
well, I'm saying from like a female's perspective, and I think I speak generally for most females when I say what I'm about to say. I think it's pretty much I don't know. I think we can all agree that like some of the things that I'm expecting in a date, other women would be expecting too. So I don't know about anybody else, but I speak for myself when I say I want to be courted. Like I am old school when it comes to that kind of shit. Like,
what does that mean?
Courted means like I want you got to chase me a little bit. Meaning like you tell me, I want to see you within the next 7 days. When are you free? I tell you when I'm free. Don't ask me, pick out the restaurant, let me know what time you want to go, what kind of food do you want. All you need to know from me is my availability. I want you to do everything else after that. Pick out the restaurant. You ain't even got to tell me. Just tell me what time you picking me up or to show up and how I'm supposed to dress. That's all I want to do because you know why?
What if somebody asks though, is there anything that you don't like?
Oh, that kind of shit's fine. I'm saying
is there
like,
any specific foods I should stay away from?
I'm actually saying like the physical part of setting the date.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I cannot stand the most is guys that sit there and say, can I take you out on a date? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay, so
what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And I'm like, do you know, like, and I'll be honest too, I've never really dated a guy with kids. So like, for me, the way that I look at it is, I have way less availability and mental capacity to think anything extra. Because I have 2 motherfucking kids, 2 baby daddies, a dog, a salon that I'm in the process of selling, and trying to fucking date in this world. So it's like,
I've been through that.
Yeah, and I have clients, like what I do for a living.
It's limiting, and then you have certain days. It's tough because you have certain days that you're available, and then also if the other person has kids, if they're not on your schedule, it's like
you're never going to see each other.
Like,
yeah, good meeting you,
yeah.
and that's a real thing, dude.
Yeah,
that's a real thing.
Wait, you're on opposite schedules? Because if you go out on a day that's not your schedule or out doing something, you're like, it's a whole new group of people.
Right. Well, and it's also too because for me, it's like, you know, because I don't have my kids.
That is a complete deal breaker.
Yeah, because I don't have my kids full time. Like I get along great with my baby daddies. Like we're best friends, love them, you know, whatever. But I don't have my kids full time. So when I am scheduled to have them, I'm not sacrificing time away from them to go out on a date. I have enough available time without my kids for you to fucking make something happen. And when I say make something happen, I don't want to think, okay? You have literally had just yourself to think about and your job and whatever the fuck else. You have more time to figure out what the fuck it is that you want to take me to do, what time you want it to be at, what we should do for the night, all of those things.
Well, somebody who's single, somebody who does not have kids that's probably, I'd say 30 or under, is not going to get that ever. Because they just don't understand.
Because chivalry is dead.
No, they're not going to, because of your schedule, like working around your schedule.
It's common courtesy. This is what I'm saying.
I'm saying they're not going to get that, like, because they don't know what it's like to have a schedule like that where you have, because you're limited to, let's just say in a month, you're limited to what? Like maybe 8 days where you're free, and that's if you don't have work or something. Like eight free nights that you could do something.
No, I get that. What I'm saying, that's a totally different topic as far as like the availability and how much I know. I understand that.
It kind of goes together because it depends on like who you should like select as far as dating, and that should be a part of elimination. Like,
of course, we're talking about like this is someone actively trying to pursue you. Okay, they know your schedule. They know that you're a single mom. They know that you're a single parent. They know that you have a job. They know that you're not available that much. This is whenever you do tell them your availability and what they do after that, as far as like planning the date goes. Because, and I'll throw another one out there for you guys just to help you guys out. If she does, in fact, decide to go on a date with you and she has her kids, because some women don't have the luxury, like, I don't want to say luxury, but like they don't have the same schedule as like they have their kids 24/7, okay? So if she does agree to go on a date with you and you know that she has her kids 24/7, this is just gonna like, I mean, you will have probably a 90% success rate as far as like either getting a second date or possibly even getting laid. Pay for the babysitter.
yeah.
You say that quickly, but that's because you're a parent. I have never in my life.
Actually, somebody a long time ago mentioned that, and I was like, damn, that's a pretty fucking.
It's the most respectful
good
and
gesture.
just, I mean, that to us, I know me as a single mom, no one's ever done that for me, or even offered it. But I heard someone say that, like a man say that. He's an older man, like closer to like your age. He's like, if you are gonna date a single mom, like you gotta understand, like she's sacrificing so much. So he's like, you better be there picking her up with flowers. You better pay for that babysitter. You better do all this shit.
That's too much for
Look,
first
I don't
date.
really give a fuck for flowers.
I'm not
It's a
showing up.
gesture, okay? It's a gesture.
I think that's, well, I mean, to each their own. I'm not showing up with
If you
flowers.
show up with a sunflower,
I'll open the door. If it's raining, you better run.
Dude, see, this is why you and I never dated, because I would literally pull right in the jugular sometimes.
If it's raining and you're leaving like somewhere and both going for the car, I think hitting an unlock is a good gesture. I don't know. It depends on how hard
You would
it's
do that
raining.
in general. Why wouldn't you do that? Because you're going to the same fucking car. What are you gonna stand there and not unlock it?
No,
and just stand in the
I
rain?
definitely unlock it. But
That's
I hit
not a
the button.
gesture. That's what you do next.
But if we're both running for the car, I'm just like, kind of, I've done that.
Push her out of the way.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch. Like you're on your own. Drown in the mud. Just fucking
My hair's
choke her
getting wet. You
out.
better.
Dude, yeah, like no, idiot. Okay,
You're gonna smear my concealer.
back on topic. Back on topic. Okay.
You
So
could name it that.
can you what?
Back on topic. or something.
Yes, we should name it that. Yes. We should name it that. See, you did it again. And you know how to make me do it. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
No, I didn't. It's just, No,
All right.
I ask questions sometimes when somebody's telling something because I try to understand and like engage in what they're saying. And a lot of people will say yes questions when I'm telling you stuff. I'm like, because I'm trying to fully understand what you're telling me. So let's get back on topic.
Yeah, please. Okay, so we were talking about dating.
Flowers.
So do you think?
Open the flowers and open the door.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right the fuck now. That is something.
So what?
Most guys don't do that anymore.
Let's stop this. What is something that females should do, like in this role?
In the date? That's your fucking problem right there. And that's every man's problem right there. Let me tell you something. If you are asking a female to go on a date with you,
No, not on the date.
you treat her like a motherfucking queen, a princess. That she is, because she is sacrificing her time and agreed to go on a date with you. So you are trying to woo her.
Don't yell at me.
I hate that question. What
mean-
are you gonna do? What do you bring to the table? Motherfucker, I am the table. I'm the table, I'm the chairs, I'm the whole motherfucking house, okay? So what are you gonna do for me?
I was just curious. I don't know if there's expectations. I don't really,
What do you expect a woman to do?
I'm not sure.
No, what do you expect her to do? You had to have thought about this. That's why you asked me that question.
I was wondering, I don't know.
Do you have expectations of a way a woman is supposed to like act on a date?
No, I'm actually watching her to see how she does act.
Same.
But not to like, I guess honestly, if it's like a date, you're trying to get to know the person, have a conversation, and see if you can have a conversation.
Okay, so this is one thing for me.
Or talk to somebody and not, because sometimes you click it with
The
people, and sometimes
awkward
it's just
silence, dude. Like sometimes,
you're just waiting for it to go.
See, I don't ever really have awkward silence because, like, I won't shut the fuck up. Like, you will know everything about me by the time of the end of the date, and I won't even remember what your name is because you haven't spoken at all.
That's a sales tactic.
What?
You ask questions, just let the other people talk, and you figure out and learn everything you need to know.
They don't even have to ask me questions.
You just...
That's the thing. Like, they won't ask me questions, and I'm just like, so, guess what? Blah, 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 blah. And then the next thing you know, I have told them, not my entire life story, but they know a good fucking bit about me, and I can't even remember what their name was. Can't remember.
Yeah, I've had that problem too.
Dude, it's just, honestly...
I told one girl something about her eyes, and she goes, you don't even fucking know what color my eyes are.
No, you don't.
And then she goes, do you know my name? And I was like, I don't.
No, dude, and honestly, the name part is the worst for me.
And she still went out with me a couple times after that.
Did you?
Yeah. And then, I don't know what happened. She watched Chloe, and then one time...
I'm sorry, back that up?
She watched Chloe one time, and Chloe hustled her and getting all these toys.
How long were y'all dating before she met Chloe?
Like 2 months talking.
Okay, that's not bad.
Like I wasn't bringing her around Chloe. She was not dating wise, as friend wise.
Chloe's a hustler.
Yeah, she had this girl buying all kind of stuff.
I was about to say Chloe. Yeah, dude.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what do you mean? Wait, what? What do you do?
Well, no,
she hustles you every day.
Yeah, whenever the girl called me up, she's like,
try to act like you're a hard ass. You rap.
I was like, how'd y'all get to, what are y'all buying toys at Target? I'm wrapped.
Yeah, you wrapped. But let me tell you something. That needs to be what the name of the podcast is, because I say that every time before I'm about to say something. Let me tell you something. So,
Fire Monster Bill.
Me, my honest perspective of I genuinely value and am happy for my girlfriends that have such an amazing relationship with their dads. Like daddy's little girl, whatever. I think that's something that I always wanted, which is, of course, where the daddy issues, the way that I view men, all that shit, it's all deep-seated into that. But I think that that's something that I always wanted growing up, and I think a lot of, because someone did tell me this before, I never had that male father figure role model person to role model to me the way that I should be treated. The things that I should be okay with and not okay with. Certain behaviors that I need to be aware of with men. Stuff.
Choked on the water.
Okay, take another step. I'm trying to fucking have a moment here, and here you go, just fucking choking it up.
I tried to drink fast and it didn't.
Yeah, I see that. Just way to ruin my shit. Put both arms up.
Now I'm sweating.
Put both arms up. Above your head. This is not going to do fucking anything. Up. Open your... Is that as high up as you can go?
No, I'm just sweating.
Is your shirt too tight?
No.
Okay, so back to what we were saying. See now, it's not even a moment anymore.
I didn't try to ruin the moment on purpose.
Sure seems like you
choked. I could have died here.
Yeah, now I'm choking. We're both choked.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I do value and I love seeing that father-daughter thing because it is true. I do think that it's very important role for a father to have in his daughter's life. It's your job to teach her the way that she should be treated and the things that she should, expect, have certain expectations, have certain, standards. It's that job. And I think that, most girls that when we say daddy issues or why we choose what we do and the things that how we value men and stuff, I think a lot of it has to do with that because it's if you grow up without one, you just let people treat you the way that you think that you deserve to be treated. And it's hard for you not to see yourself in a way that you don't deserve certain things because the one person that's supposed to love you could give a shit less that you even exist.
It's hard for me to relate to,
But that's the thing is, I think that for me, and this is probably sounds like it's going off topic, but it's not. I think for me, it's the whole, like, what frustrates me so much with, like, the double standard of, like, men and women and, like, you know, fuck boys, fuck girls, whore, slut, you know, whatever, is that I don't think that that's fair to say that, because I feel like certain people act a certain way based off of how they view themselves and how they value themselves. Because, you know, every time they say that, you deflect, you know, you attract what you are. And so it's like...
Do you think at some point, though, you recognize that and take accountability and, like, grow past that?
I think that I have been told by my therapist that I'm a very, probably the most self-aware patient that she has. I know exactly why I do.
Do you use that as a crutch, though, when you do things? And say
I genuinely don't want to be that way. I genuinely don't want to, like, view men that way. I genuinely don't want to. And I think I did all that inner work and healing. And then I had these 2 traumatizing relationships that, like, just kind of further beat that into my head, as far as, like, I've never been able to depend on a single man in my entire life.
You need to flip that, though, because, you know, they might have been traumatized, but you went through 2 relationships and tried.
Oh, for a reason.
But you
100%.
tried, though. So
100%.
See, if you change your perspective on how that went.
No, I see both sides.
And, like, but, like, you can't focus on the negative and dwell on that, because then you're going to be...
I don't. Look, I got a beautiful son out of it. Like I said, me and my baby daddy are great friends.
Well, if you flip everything to positives, because things you can't change, you can't spend time thinking about it, because it's just done.
But for me, that's not what I struggle with. Like, I understand that. I'm a very positive person. Believe me.
I
like, I've been through enough shit that, like, you got to do it with a smile on your face.
I never catch up from you where you're, like, always complaining. Because there's people like that.
Yes.
Everything. You just got to distance yourself from them.
The Debbie Downers that, like, it's like...
it's everything somebody's fault, or...
What is it? Like, it's not a one-upper. It's like I call them, like, a one-downer. Like, it's like you can have something bad happen to you and they're like, oh, well, let me tell you how bad this was. You think that's bad? And it's like, okay, what? Your trauma's worse than mine? Great. Just let people, like... talk, you know? I have a friend of mine's husband who's like that, and it's like he really is just like, I just want to, like, what? Do you not, like, I have sunshine shooting out of my ass on a regular basis, dude. Like, I'm usually always fucking happy. And it's like, when I hear someone talk like that, it's just like, what happened? What happened? Why are you so angry or so monotone? Like those ones. I hate being around people like that, because I feel like I am too...
You have to stay away from them.
I feel like I'm too high energy that it, like, makes them uncomfortable.
You have to stay away from people like that. You have to avoid that and just...
It's an energy thing. It's an energy thing. I think it's like they suck it out of you. You know what I mean? Like, when you're around those people, or the ones that constantly are...
No, it's easy for you to start acting like that if you hang around them.
Oh, 100%. Another thing that I hate is, like, the people that are... Oh, God, they just, like... They hate they talk so negatively about themselves. And it's like, I can't, like, I hate to hear someone talk like that about themselves. But 2, it's like, at a certain point, it's like, are you fishing for compliments at this point? Because it's like, you can't possibly think that poorly of yourself, because I see how many photos of yourself you post on social media. You seem to love yourself to everyone else.
And usually things that are stating in problems aren't problems.
No, dude, oh my God, like, I'm so fat. And I'm like, oh God, like, go watch your 600-pound life. That's obese, okay? I don't ever want to get canceled for saying anything, but I do have my own, like, viewpoints on shit. You know, it's not healthy. That's not a healthy way of life. You know, you only have this one life to live, right? Mm-hmm. You only get one shot at it. So it's like, I have the viewpoint, and I think this is why people think I'm wild as fuck, but it's like, I am going to do everything that I want to do before I die. Everything. I don't care. I'm going to do it scared. I'll do it angry. I'll do it happy. I don't give a shit, because it's like, I'm not scared of dying. I'm scared of dying wondering, like, what if? What if I would have done that?
Yeah.
No, you know what? I did it. Found out how it was. It was awesome, or wasn't for me. We'll never do it again, you know? Like, I will never date a guy that doesn't have a job. Or a car. Or any belongings, really.
I don't know if I've dated anyone unemployed. I don't know.
But see, okay, but that's another, okay, I don't think it's that much of a double standard. So let's talk about, we got to get back on topic. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
We've gotten so far off. So we were talking about dates.
Battery.
They're dying?
No, I'm just looking to make sure they're not.
We haven't been talking for that long.
One external battery, so okay, we're good.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay, so I just hit my teeth with that. What are you?
I'm just looking. I'm
Oh,
fidgety.
okay. I
Fidgety
was
with
just
the camera.
I was just
Look at this
wondering why you
camera,
were
like-
looking that way. Okay, so we were talking about like dating, just in general. How we
Yes.
said like what I expect from a man is I'm old school. I want to be courted, so I want you to, you know, ask. All you need to do is ask me when my availability is because you want to see me. I'll tell you. You do everything after that. I have something in my tooth. You do everything after that. You tell me where you need, like if I'm driving to you, if you're picking me up, I usually prefer to drive because I don't like feeling like I'm trapped. Like if someone else drives, it's like I can usually tell from the car ride to where if you pick me up from my house or pick me up from the salon, I can usually tell in the car ride if this is gonna be good or not. And I don't like that. I would rather just us arrive in separate vehicles. I have left in the middle of dates before, so I like having my car. I like having an escape route.
I don't think I've left in the middle of a date.
I have.
I've left a date.
You wanna know why? The one thing I hate in a date is I hate when guys that I've gone on dates with are rude to service industry workers, waitresses,
Hold on. Is your thing
bartenders.
recording? Okay, yes.
Yeah, I just
Just
checked
making
it
sure.
a second ago. Yeah.
The red light's on the other side, so I want to make sure.
Any-
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah,
There's no reason for that.
and I
Talking
think
down to people and
a lot of the time it comes from people who like have never had to do that before, you know? And so for me, it's like, that's all I did like my whole life. I mean, I'm still kind of technically in the service industry. So I really hate,
well,
and
that's
I
just
will
not
get
a
up
way to
and
treat
leave.
people in general.
No, at all.
Anybody. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter like if you have more money than them or not, or there's no excuse for that. You don't treat people like shit.
I
talk
agree.
to them, talk down to them.
Agree. Because I mean, if you think about it like logically, it's like everybody, like these jobs have to exist in order for society to work. You know what I mean? So it's like, just because you like run a Fortune 500
Shit, some
company,
people at restaurants make a lot of
a
money.
lot of fucking money,
Yeah.
dude. New Orleans is like
That's
one of
why,
those
I mean, they
places
don't
like you can
leave.
retire being a bartender, dude.
They won't. I
like
mean, they make
6
bank.
figures. Like it's ridiculous. You know, I mean, used to. I doubt it's like that anymore in New Orleans,
I
but
guess it depends on where you work.
it's just not the same anymore. Anyways, let's get back on topic.
I know you start talking about
God,
later.
no. Okay, so we talked about dates. Now, that's my perspective from what I expect from a man. Like if you want to wow me on a date, you plan everything, offer to pay for the babysitter. That's like a surefire way. Like if you were really trying to impress her, you should just do it in general. But like, I know some guys are gonna be like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you should try to impress somebody too much. Like
Not
do the
try
right
to
things.
impress, but like
Yeah, because then you're like setting it just too much, and you're setting
an
the
unrealistic
bar-
standard.
Well, you're doing something that you don't normally do, so you're giving a false.
I don't know. It's the first date. I expect someone
Well,
like
you
it's-
don't do all this shit, and on the second day, you just like get in the car.
Well, I don't expect someone to do that in general. Like, just tell me, get in the car, bitch. Are you fucking serious? You get in the fucking car and drive the fuck off.
See, I think I was pretty hot if a girl would yell at me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, like oh god, dude. Okay. Anyways, so
I like a little resistance.
yeah, a lot of resistance. A lot of resistance.
I don't want to get punched.
That's a quick way to get punched. Let me tell you that.
I mean, I don't want to do that.
You've gotten ran over by a car and maced before.
I know. And that wasn't.
And it's like, you see how calm and collected you are and stuff. And it's like, I know the shit that you do. And it's because you are so calm, cool, and collected. When you act that way or do something that pisses off a girl, that makes her even more pissed off.
Does that?
Yes. Because if you're acting like crazy and like, being
it
whatever.
takes a lot to make me crazy.
Well, if you're acting like that, girls kind of like that shit because they're like, oh my God, look at, he's like real mad. I mean, real mad. Some of us, I guess. I don't know. It depends on what it is. Like definitely not like domestic abuse, but like, like trying to raise your voice at me, whatever. Depends on how you do it. But I think that when a guy is very non-reactive in a situation where I feel like he should have a little bit more of emotion or a little bit more body language going towards it, be a little bit more expressive, that shit drives me up a fucking wall, bro. Up a wall.
Damn. I must do that all the time then. I must be.
Yeah, you do. No. I can definitely tell that you do it all the time. Yeah, no, I feel like
I'm out.
that's honestly what probably frustrates women the most about you is just you are just so, not that you're emotionless, because I feel like that word makes it seem like you're very like monotone. You're not. You laugh, you joke and stuff like that. But when it comes to like emotions of like, sorry. But when it comes to like emotions of like jealousy or anger.
But I don't fall into that because it's usually something that they like, I feel like they manufactured or like they're trying to provoke that. So if it's something that on their end that they did, then I don't give a fuck. It's just whatever. If it was somebody like that was trying to like be disrespectful to them, then that would trigger me.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
no, I think that's
but
understandable.
if they're like trying to like do something to pull my attention, I'm just like.
I think that's
give a
understandable.
fuck.
That's another thing too. Okay, so let's say
Like,
that.
I used
Like,
to not make eye contact with certain girls because it would piss them off so much. I'd act like I didn't even see them.
so you do it on purpose.
Well,
Yeah, that's what you just said.
Honestly,
like
I
just
just
to let
didn't
you know, you do exactly what I'm saying. That's the most frustrating part about you. Look, I know guys that are like that I've been interested that act like that I'm immediately like.
well, not if I'm on a date with the girl. Like, I don't make eye contact with any other girls if I'm on a date with somebody, unless if I've been drinking or something.
I just think that alcohol is not something that you personally should ever do on a first date.
Nah. Well.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. Because I feel like when you
Maybe
drink,
certain environments, no. Not more than one drink or two.
I think just to be on the safe side, the first date, maybe a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And I'd cut it off there.
Yeah, I'd say 2 drinks, and that's it. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know what happens to you when you drink, but it is something
Because
else.
I drink fast. Like last time we were out,
Look, I'm a fucking
we
train
were at
wreck
Jolie,
when I drink.
and
so.
then I had a shot or something with y'all, and then I had a double vodka and something, and then we went somewhere else, and then I got shots, and then a drink, and then they gave a bottle, and then somehow I poured the bottle in my mouth at the table in between drinks, and then it just
we don't know.
It escalated quite.
That's story
But
of
if
my
I
life.
had glasses of water, I would be drinking those real fast too. Like I just
Look, I
drink.
try to incorporate water in it too. I just think that
No,
at a
in
certain
general,
point,
if I'm here and I get a bottle of water, I'll drink the whole thing at once, or a Coke. I drink the whole Coke at once. I drink fast, anything.
oh, same.
So when it's
Same.
the alcohol is like, fuck it.
I have 3 refills to the one person's drink that
And
they
after
have.
2 hours, it's just like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, look, once you get, I'm the same though. I'm a train wreck when I drink. If I get wasted.
you do crazy stuff. I don't know are you self-aware what you're doing?
I'm not self-aware
Like
sober.
when
What do
have
you mean?
Cones and shit. And
I'm not
jumping-
self-aware sober. So when I drink,
Wait,
the difference between me when I'm sober and me when I'm drinking is that when I'm drinking, when I'm sober, I think of consequences before I act, okay? About 80% of the time, okay? I am a very impulsive person. When I'm drinking, I don't give a fuck what the consequences are. I'm gonna do it and then I'll apologize later if I have to.
Yeah, that's why I don't like drinking.
See, and that's what gets me in trouble
Yeah, me too.
all the time.
Well, sometimes
time.
I don't get in trouble all the time. Just
I mean, in trouble, like, if it's coming like a dating aspect.
yeah, I get in trouble like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that brings me, so let's get back on topic. So the next topic was, we just talked about like dating in general, okay? And like, you pretty much don't expect anything from a woman, right? On the first date.
I mean, no, not really.
I mean, good conversation, like,
yeah,
shit like that, yeah.
Just being normal.
I think I know one thing that I've heard from guys that they absolutely hate on a first date for a girl to do is for her to get like sloppy drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of sets the Oh, at a restaurant, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
if we were out somewhere and it kind of happened, because if you're out, I don't know, me, like I don't really know them.
I just
But
feel
if you
like
were
on
in
a
a
first
restaurant
date-
and you're like slurred and knocking stuff over and just
Well,
like,
on a restaurant on a first date, like, or even on a first date, like, women, like, this is your first time meeting this guy. And I don't know about all of y'all, but for me, I listen to murder podcasts all the
don't
time.
like it. I would say that's just like,
Safety.
well, safety, yeah, safety from that. But like from my aspect, if I went out with, to a restaurant and somebody's just like belligerent drunk, that would kind of be, we're not going on a second date.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, okay, there's a problem.
Let's
here.
wrap this up. Jack.
Yeah, there's a problem here. Something deeper is going on.
Bottomless mimosas. Yeah. It's just like.
Okay, so we kind of got that part figured out as far as like what
I don't
we
think
expect.
anybody should get hammered like that on the first date at a restaurant.
Absolutely not. It's just as unattractive as it is for men to see that from women. It's the same for us, or like vice versa. Whoever it is that you were sitting across from the table or the bar from or whatever, like keep your composure on the first date. When you already have reeled them in or lured them in and y'all are in a relationship, then you can be a fucking train wreck. Because at that point in time, like that is what it is. Okay, I feel safe with you now, so we about to party for sure. You about to buckle up. Okay.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So that brings me to the next topic, though. So our next one, this is all going to flow in together. All of these kind of like coincide together, and I feel like it's a good one just to get it all out there. So dating. What do you define as dating? What does dating mean to you?
Like a person or there's talking to people.
So explain to me like
conversations and stuff.
If you say that you're dating, okay.
I would say that like I've been out with someone a few times and we're both in mutual agreement that we're like probably not seeing other people. If I'm dating a single person, I think there's talking to people or I'm talking to different people, and there's no like they could be talking to other people too, and dating someone would be seeing somebody and then like we're not seeing other people.
Okay.
Unless there's like, I don't know.
So
I don't really, if I'm going on dates with you on like more than once and it's over like a month's time, like I don't want you going on dates with other people. That's just how I am. I'm not.
Okay, but do you have that conversation with them?
Yeah, I kind of not maybe directly.
What does that mean?
I mean, I think when we're talking, it's both like a mutual, like, I would bring up, like, well, look, I don't plan on talking to anybody else. Like, or like, I kind of make it clear to see if we're on the same page. It's like, if you're like, oh, no, I kind of want to go with somebody else this week and go out on dates and still see what's going on, then that would probably be like, nah, I'm just.
So how would you respond? And I'm genuinely curious because I have been in this situation before and I feel like I always feel like I have to lie in a sense. If you were to tell a girl that you've been dating for a month, okay, that you don't plan on seeing other people, and she was to respond with, well, I'm not quite there yet with you, but I do enjoy our time together and I would like to see if this progresses somewhere else, but I'm not going to exclusively just date you. How would you respond to that?
It depends. I don't know, because like, it'd have to go one way or the other. Either I'm cool with that and then I could see other people too, but.
Right, no, it's a mutual thing. Like you can choose like 100%.
It depends. If I liked her a lot though, then I would probably just cap it right there or push towards like, I don't know if I would put that much.
Would you stop seeing her?
Yeah.
Yeah?
If I liked her a lot to where I didn't want, like.
If you liked her a lot.
Yeah, if I wanted to move forward with her, like just seeing her exclusively, then yeah, I mean, that would be obviously be the thing to do, because then you're sitting there watching her go all day with other people. And
But she'd still be, y'all's relationship would not change as far as like what it has been. Because you don't see her out on these dates, right? Like you don't see her.
No, if I
And she doesn't actively tell you about them. So the only way you would know
then that's
is if you
where-
started questioning it. So you guys' relationship wouldn't change. The only thing that would change is that
If she was lying to me about it, then that's a huge deal.
she's not lying to you about it. Like you're not asking her because
No, if we have, usually I'll probably I'd say within a month's time, 4 to 6 weeks, I kind of know whether I want to still talk to that girl or not, and like it be exclusive with her. And I guess that's the term. I don't know. That's the term I've used.
Exclusive, yeah, that's the one that
like
I use.
We're like make it clear, because if you don't, then you can't just assume that, because then that's, you know. But then if you make it clear that if you make it clear that you're exclusive, and then they're seeing other people behind your back,
No, I'm not. That's a totally different thing. That's a totally different thing. I'm saying that the situation that you just said, that you guys have been dating for like a month, or like seeing each other for like a month, still seeing other people, but this is the person that
I would say that's talking.
Talking, okay. But this is the person that you've been most consistent with. This is the one you like the most, okay? Y'all have been seeing each other for a month, like at least 2 times a week, 3 times a week maybe. You really like this person. Y'all have slept together, everything. You're ready to be exclusive. You don't want to see other people anymore. You've cut everything off. And she responds to you with, I genuinely do like you. I would like to see and continue this to see where this goes. But I don't think that I've had enough time to decide if I'm ready to exclusively be in a relationship with you or anyone right now. But I do want to continue seeing you. What do you do?
I've never had that happen.
Okay, but I'm asking you now.
No, I did have that happen kind of. We, like, girls seeing over the summer that we both agreed to be exclusive, but she didn't want to be in relationships at that point. But I knew the circumstances going into, I don't know, it's kind of a long story.
Yeah, that one's situational, though. That one's a little bit different. Her situation was a little different.
Yeah. So, I don't know. To me, though, personally, I am not, once we start going on dates together, more than one, then I'm probably not going to be going on dates with other girls. If I make it to a second date, if we go on a second date, I'm not talking to other girls still or entertaining them.
Just 2 dates?
2 or 3, yeah. If it's like, because I don't, right now probably, yeah. Before, when I was like 30 to 35, I have no idea. I don't know what.
See, me, this is the way, so this is how.
I think y'all hold that differently, because if guys are talking to different girls, we're considered like, it's considered different, and females make it more okay to talk to different people while they're talking to somebody. That's the impression I get. I think we catch more heat from that.
The impression that you get is that you guys, like that we're saying, we're making it more okay for us to talk to other guys than you guys to talk to other girls?
Yeah, I think I don't know.
I don't know what world you live in, because that is completely false. That is where this whole double standard comes in. If a guy and a girl are seeing each other, okay, and they're talking, okay?
I guess everybody has their own, what they want, and there's circumstances.
Well, no, 100%, but what I'm saying is, like, okay, if a guy and a girl are talking and they really like each other, and
then they fall in love, and
no, I'll tell you, let's be realistic here. So if they're talking and the man, okay, is still actively seeing other people, and i.e. sleeping with other people as well, because remind you, you guys are just talking. So the chances that they're sleeping with someone else are pretty fucking high, if I had to guess. You know, you don't ask about it, it's none of your business, vice versa. Now, it has been my experience that if I'm in a similar situation and this guy that likes me, and I like him, but we're just talking, we're not exclusive, finds out that I have either slept with someone else or I'm actively seeing someone else, then I'm a hoe.
I don't know.
I'm a hoe, or
I don't know like.
What's your viewpoint on it, though?
I don't know. I try not to get in situations like that now, so I don't.
How do you avoid it, though?
I either, like, I don't know if I avoid it, probably just by not being with that person. Because, like, if I'm going to talk to somebody, I try to, like, or date, not do more than one, date more than one person. Because for me, it's never ended well. get hit by a car, girls spreading rumors about me, like bad rumors, detrimental.
But see, but the thing is that
because they, most girls that I talk to, like, I don't know,
this is my thing. I think it's
they're like, he cheated on me. I'm like, no, we talked on text a couple times and maybe went out somewhere. We didn't go on a date.
Even if y'all are seen out in public together, the thing is that, like, until you have that conversation of we're exclusive, we're not seeing other people, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. You should. Now, where it gets tricky, and this is what we can lead into next, and that's the thing. I find like that with women, it definitely is that jealousy thing. Because I think for women, because I'm in this like Facebook group, and no, I'm not gonna say the name of it, but like it is a fucking solid group. I love it, dude. So, and it's just because I'm just like, wow. But one thing that I hate seeing on there is girls who will sit there and say like, oh, well, I just went on a date with him last week, and another girl's like, well, I went on a date. Well, and that should tell you everything that you need to know. He's dating multiple women, and I'm like, so he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. He's not exclusive with any of you women. He never said he wanted to be exclusive with any of you women. He's actively dating, as he should be. And I kind of agree with you when you say that, like, women have...
See, I think we get bashed on the back end, like, as far as rumors to other girls that we're like, oh, like...
Because, he's a player, he's this, he's that. And it's like, but is he really, though? Like, is he really... No, the problem is that you assume that you're the only person he's pursuing. And so you get in your feels, and you feel some type of way. But the problem is like, baby, like all you got to do is the same thing. Like, go on those dates. Like, until you have that talk about being exclusive, do your thing,
What if you haven't had that talk, but you're with somebody pretty much, you start talking to somebody and y'all are together like half the week.
Yeah.
And like you end up, let's say, every time y'all go somewhere, you end up going with that person. Mm-hmm. Do you kind of assume it at that point after a month?
I won't say that I assume it.
Is it leaning more towards that, though?
I think that I would assume that it's going, like, we're going to have that conversation soon. I would assume that we are going to have that conversation soon. And if you guys have been acting a certain way with each other, I think it's expected, because this is my thing. Of course, like, you don't ever, and I think this is going to lead into our next topic, which is, like, situationships, friends with benefits, whatever it is, okay?
No.
We've only been doing it for like an hour.
How long?
It hasn't been an hour, I'm kidding.
Oh, I'm just saying we can't have a 4-hour podcast.
It's been 26 minutes.
Okay.
It's been 26 minutes. 26 minutes. So, and why not, dude? That's less shit we gotta keep filming.
It's a lot to go through.
Break it up into 3 videos.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that anyway.
So.
You always have the answers.
The next, thank you. So the next, say that a little louder.
You always have the answers when it involves me doing the work.
Well, I'm sorry.
Hustler.
I would help you. I will help you do it.
I'll train you.
Train me, please. I would love to do it.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is going to go into our next topic, which is situationships, fuck buddies, whatever. Because I think if you are talking to someone, the way that I look at it is I think I'm at an age and at a point where I go into every situation with 0 expectations, okay? Like, I'm here for a good time. I may be here for a long time. I may not. It just depends on how it goes. And I know that I'm the type of person that if I enjoy hanging out with someone, we have good sex, we're seeing each other like 2 or 3 times a week, I'm good with it. I'm the type of like, don't break it, like don't fix it if it's not broken type thing. Because I still like to have my own thing too, and I think that's just me. But I do have a certain level of expectation, as in like, we will be respectful towards each other. We've been spending quite a lot of time together, so there are going to be some kind of
assumptions.
Not assumptions, but like, I would get my feelings hurt if you did something that would be...
I think you both pick up on that. And then if somebody chooses to then it just shows their character.
I think that's what it is like one of those things. It's a mutual level of respect.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't have to be spoken about. It's one of those things like if we've been hanging out 2 or 3 times a week and like we have a good time and we're hooking up and stuff, I better not hear you on the fucking phone with another girl that you've been dating. Like that's a given, right? That's a given thing. I wouldn't do that to a guy. I'm not going to have some fucking dude that I've been talking to, dating, call me in the middle of us hanging out and being like, hey, what's up? How are you? Miss you too. It's one of those things. It's a mutual level of respect thing. But I also think that something that I think men do more, and then this is where it turns into like, oh, she's crazy or this or that, is telling women things that they're not asking you to tell them, okay? Like, I don't think that if you guys are in a talking stage, y'all are hooking up regularly, whatever, things are going good, I don't ask you about who you're dating, you don't ask me about who I'm dating, it's been going on for a couple months, like, it's solid. For a guy to like come out of the blue and just say like, well, I'm never going to disrespect you. I'm never going to bring someone around like the same group of friends that we have. I'm never going to like go somewhere where I know that you're at and like, bring another girl around or whatever. Still saying that like they're still actively dating. Like when I'm not around.
See, I don't.
But see, my thing is like.
I don't get that because I wouldn't be in a situation. Like I personally, that would be wasting my time.
Well, for me, no, but for me, though, think about it from my perspective. I don't want a relationship right now.
Yeah, for you, I guess.
Yes. So for me, it's like, I agree with that. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, that's what we've been doing. So for me, that's great. We've had a discussion about it now. I'm telling you, like, yes, like, I'm not going to do that either. And then it does get done. Okay? Then it does happen. And it's one of those, it's like I think that's where for me, like the situationships don't work.
Because they truly just don't work.
I don't think that that's true. I've dated and talked, well, I've talked to guys, like not exclusively, but hung out a lot and we hooked up a lot.
After being around somebody that long, somebody's catching feelings. Or
oh, absolutely. Of course you're going to fucking catch feelings. I can catch feelings for a dude after meeting him once, okay? Just because it's like...
Oh, that one we did.